gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
New at 10, a nonprofit leader in the hospital tonight after two homeless people allegedly attacked him. It happened right outside of a community center.
But I don't think it's right for somebody to get jumped on and you're trying to help them. If they're desperate, then they're going to do desperate means. That means people getting beat up, people getting robbed.
Community members are now calling on city leaders to address San Francisco's homeless crisis. Police say the assault happened about 11 o'clock this morning in front of the Ella Hill Hutch Community Center. That's on McAllister Street near Webster. KTVU's Jana Katsuyama joins us live from the city with the message from community leaders. Jana.
Brooks, we're here at San Francisco Police Headquarters. They say that they are still looking for a second suspect in this attack. And the victim is a very well-known community leader who suffered injuries to his head.
The attack happened just after 11 o'clock Friday morning. The director of the Ella Hill Hutch Community Center, James Spingola, had been asking two homeless men to move away from the center where children were attending activities. Instead of complying, he says they attacked him.
They jumped him and hit him with a 2x4 on his head.
Reverend Amos Brown, president of the NAACP, said he talked with Spingola, who suffered from swelling on his head. Police arrived minutes later.
Officers arrived on scene and immediately saw that there was a victim and a suspect. That suspect was being detained by the victim and witnesses. The victim and the suspect were transported to the hospital.
Police searched the area for evidence and surveillance camera footage. Those who know Spingola say they were shocked by the attack.
He's a good guy in the community. He helps out a lot in the community.
Some residents say they understand the difficulties of being homeless, but the situation with tents lining the streets around the Western Addition and some people being violent or disrespectful of the neighborhood has gotten out of control.
It's been bad. It's been. And it's a park right down here. They got homeless. A lot of people just be homeless hanging out at the park right there.
Our investigators are trying to find out what motivated the suspects in this assault. We want to make sure that the community understands that we are on alert. We are aware of the incident. We're looking for an additional suspect that is currently outstanding.
Reverend refuse the many homeless services and shelter options in the city.
For those who refuse to take services, we feel as a community we should not tolerate their bad behavior.
And late this evening, we received this photo of James Spingola and his injuries. It was posted on a GoFundMe site trying to raise some money for him as he recovers from these injuries. Now, back here live, we understand from Reverend Amos Brown that there is a meeting that has been scheduled for next Friday with faith leaders, community members, people from City Hall, as well as San Francisco's police chief to try and discuss some of the challenges and the issues around homelessness in the Western Addition neighborhood. Reporting live from San Francisco, Jana Katsuyama, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
Jana, thanks.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
Filed felony assault charges against one suspect who has a prior record on the beating of a community leader in San Francisco today. The new district attorney filed felony assault charges against one suspect who has a prior record of violent assault. The victim talked with KTVU's Jana Katsuyama about what led up to that attack. She joins us live tonight from the newsroom with the story. Jana.
Mike, the victim, James Spingola, returned to the hospital today. He says a homeless person hit him in the eyes with a board, and he has serious head injuries. One suspect was charged today with felony assault, and the district attorney says the man had 2 previous convictions for assault and burglary. The Ella Hill Hutch Center holds activities for children during the summer in San Francisco's Western Addition. So when the executive director, James Spingola, says he saw 2 homeless men in the backyard last Friday, one half naked, he took action.
And I went back there and told them they had to actually leave. I said, it's not okay for you all to be back here. You can't be behind a community center with your pants down, with drugs on you.
Spingola says that's when he was attacked, beaten by one of the suspects around 11 a.m. Friday. He now has serious injuries to his eyes, face, and head.
And he just felt myself going out, and then I turned around and got smacked in the eyes.
And he was at the emergency ward. And I hope that he does not lose his eye.
Reverend Amos Brown, president of San Francisco's NAACP chapter, says churches and community centers in the neighborhood have been neglected, left to deal with drug users and certain homeless people who don't respect the neighborhood.
We deserve peace, not violence. We deserve respect and not neglect.
We've got to do better about holding violent offenders accountable.
San Francisco District Attorney Brooke Jenkins filed felony charges against the suspect in custody, 24-year-old Nelson Martinez, for assault with a deadly weapon and causing great bodily harm.
This is going to take a unified sort of approach with many city agencies who need to be working to provide people with housing and trying to work together to create a uniform solution. I don't think it's as simple as prosecuting them for crimes.
Spingola says this is not the first time he's had to ask people to leave, and he wants some action to protect children and residents in the community.
It's happening all over San Francisco. And, at some point you gotta say enough is enough, At what point do we say enough is enough?
Tonight, San Francisco police are still looking for a second suspect in the attack who ran away. Reverend Brown says the NAACP plans to meet Sunday with city health officials and hold a big community-wide meeting at Third Baptist Church on July 28th with police, city officials, and faith leaders to discuss some solutions to the violence in the city. Mike.
Jenna Katsuyama live in the newsroom. Jenna, thank you.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.